Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. Let me ask you a question. How many decisions in your life right now are being influenced by someone else's opinion? Not facts, not truth, just their opinion. Well, today's episode, it might be one of the most important of the Prosperity Pillar series that I've been doing on Mondays because it's quietly affecting and shaping every other pillar and every other principle that you're applying to your life. And this prosperity pillar is number 4. It's I surround myself with positive people. And if you really understand this principle and apply it, it can completely change the direction of your life. This pillar is a tough one not because it's complicated, but because it requires a lot of discipline. And most people just don't realize how deeply that the people around you affect you and they influence your confidence, your thinking, your results. And as an entrepreneur, a leader, and a high performer, that influence, it's going to be amplified. And so there's a quote from Les Brown that says, it says, other people's opinions don't have to become your reality. And I want you to hear that again. Other people's opinions do not have to become your reality. Yet for most of us, they do. We allow comments, reactions, feedback, and all kinds of remarks just to shape how we see ourselves, what we believe is possible, and whether we actually take action a lot of times in our life. And a lot of times we don't even realize this is happening. So why do we struggle with this so much? Why is it so difficult to stay positive, focused, and confident? I don't know all the reasons, but I do know a few. We live in a world of constant distraction, social media, comparisons, opinions everywhere. We're competitive by nature, obviously, but we measure ourselves against everyone else. We look for validation. And when you combine this with any kind of fear or uncertainty or past experiences, it becomes really easy to give other people's opinions far more, power than they deserve. And this is really dangerous when you are trying to build and grow a business. There are people that basically try to take your vision, try to take your motivation away from you. They're called dream stealers. I've been told they are my whole life. They're not bad people. A lot of times they're your family and friends, your peers, but they project their own fear and limitations and scarcity on you, not because they want to hurt you, but because they haven't given themselves permission to grow, and you are in a different place. And so here's the truth. Influencers and the people that want to make things happen in the world, you cannot let other people affect you. So what do? Here's the simple truth. You just got to stop. You got to stop giving value to the opinions of other people that don't serve your purpose. And so one of the most powerful shifts you can make is this. Stop asking people for their opinions on things. This is huge. Most people don't give advice based on vision. They give advice based on their own fears. And when you constantly ask for opinions, you're weakening your own inner voice, your own knowing. And so I'm not saying you don't get feedback or counsel from people. That's different. But getting advice or counsel is something that you should do intentionally. You don't do it to seek validation from other people. And so this brings me really to a pretty big idea that I want to talk to you about today, but it's an idea that's really rarely understood. You've heard the phrase, your network is your net worth. Well, I'd take it a little deeper. I'd say your network is your net life creation. The people you surround yourself, they're going to influence your beliefs, your standards, your expectations, and your daily proximity to these people shapes your long-term life. If you want to create the life that you were meant to live, you've got to be aware of who's around you. And this is pretty critical. Napoleon Hill talks about affirmations and persistence in Think and Grow Rich, but affirmations alone aren't enough. Persistence is going to be the gateway to your results. And when you repeatedly reinforce the right thoughts and remove all your negative behaviors and influences that are around you, you are going to strengthen your own inner voice. That's your confidence, your self-esteem. And that inner voice is going to hold you accountable to what your goals are. So why does surrounding yourself with positive people really matter? Well, let me give you some of the ideas and concepts around the benefits of this, because the benefits are why I want you to focus on this. First, you can get belief transference. So when you're around positive, successful, happy people, you gain access to their beliefs, their principles that they believe are, you know what it's like when you're around really successful, happy people, things seem like they're easier. Your belief increases. And that belief transference is something you can use in your life, even if you yet don't have the ability to believe in yourself. Another reason to surround yourself is experience. Positive people bring perspective. They've been around, they've had the wins and losses, the successes and failures, and you can get a lot of wisdom and experience from people that are positive and successful. Another reason is positive people and successful people, they expand your vision. So when you're around people that think bigger, your own thinking expands. You start to see opportunities that didn't exist, and your vision will grow by being around people that are constantly positive about outcomes. And the other thing, that you may not really recognize is that being around the right people opens doors. Opportunities come indirectly and directly from being around the right people. Relationships create access, and momentum attracts momentum. And some of the best opportunities I've had in my life and my business have come simply from being around the right people. It's one of the reasons I'm such a big fan of mastermind groups. So I want you to do me a favor this week. I just want you to stop basing your self-worth on other people's opinions. Make a decision to guard your own mind, your own personal self-worth, your confidence, and everything else, not passively, but intentionally. I want you to stop listening to what everyone else is saying and allow your own thoughts to shape your actions, your own actions to shape your future. So here's the bottom line. You begin to become who you consistently listen to. So surrounding yourself with positive people is not optional. It's strategic. Start protecting who you surround yourself with. And when you surround yourself with people who encourage growth, belief, and vision, everything else in your life is going to work. Everything else is going to grow. And you will start creating the life that you're meant to live. So do a personal inventory. Make sure that you are surrounding yourself with the right people. That's my message for today. I hope it helps you. I hope it inspires you, reminds you to look at certain things in your life. And do me a favor and hit me up on the Daily Mastermind. Message me and let me know what you're working on. Let me know what you're struggling with. Let me know what you're winning at. I would love to be able to throw a shout out. I want to be able to bring content and topics that will help you take it to the next level. So that's the message for today. I appreciate you. Share this episode if you would. I appreciate you being part of our community, and I'll talk with you soon.